So I'm back here again with another one. And before we get started, I just want to quickly talk to you real quick about these ones because once again, these never go as planned, but that's fine. Because that's what I kind of made this for is for people to come on here and whatever they got on their minds that they wish to talk about and they want to share with y'all. That's the point of this platform. So the one that I do want to say is this one and the last one, we're basically talking about a lot of controversial current events that I basically can't say on here because of where it's being put on. But just to make sure we're on the same page, I want to make sure that everybody knows that this is an opinion piece and to make sure to do your research. Because honestly, things change all the time, and I don't know what's going to happen from Monday to Sundays at this point. So, as we go forward with these, I try to keep these lighthearted, but like I've said before, I keep it open for everybody to say what's on their mind, and I wouldn't really have it any other way because that's what I want. So, with that being said, whenever we talk about this kind of stuff, I just want to make sure that you understand that this is it. This is an opinion. You're welcome to agree or disagree, and we definitely welcome facts and links to factual articles and factual things to maybe maybe keep me and some of my guests informed and to make sure that we know what's going on because sometimes we don't have the right information. Sometimes we get the information from the wrong place, and sometimes we know exactly what we're talking about. So, again, it's very open. We're definitely open in learning and expanding our minds, and sometimes, we feel a certain way, and that's how we are. But having an opinion, it's very welcome here, and that's all I really want is to make sure that whether you agree or disagree, that that a discussion can be had and that we keep it civil. That's the most important thing here. So now, with that being said, I said my piece, and let's get on to the actual. Still trying to figure out what to call this. Hey, what's up? So I'm back with another one, and I actually brought a good friend with me today. Basically, my brother from another mother and father, which I almost said the wrong thing, but hey, I corrected myself. So why don't you introduce? God, I can't speak. Why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up, man? It's me. I mean, I don't know what name to go by, but
Whatever name
it's
you want to
Mike.
go by.
Mike. Mike here to talk about things that have been going on in the world today.
Yeah, because you called me last night and said you had some stuff to talk about. So again, that's why provide this platform for. Oh my God, I can't speak right now. That's why I'm providing this platform. So, man, right now the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, but no, like we've been talking about for the last couple weeks now. This is crazy in effect when it comes to this vaccine stuff and how it's affecting people. Like we were just adding on, how I am starting to see things. It's like, who knows if, you know, I mean, like I said before, I'm not saying it's not real, but, you know, like I was telling you last night, you know, I feel like, this is gives a chance, this is giving Americans a chance. I can't speak for any other country, but Americans a chance. It's a hard reset to and to truly think about their lives and all those people who are working like dead end jobs and just tired of their life and always have an excuse like, man, I can't leave this job because hey, I'm stuck here and I'm forced to be here. But now with this job inspiring you, I just was thinking like, man, it's given a lot of people to, give a chance to follow their, dream when it comes to, doing what they want to do now. Hopefully in 2 weeks, even though it ain't looking like it, but hopefully in 2 weeks, some stuff will open back up. But it's I feel like that's probably the one good thing that's going to come out of this. Like, people are getting a chance to truly look at themselves. I mean, like, think about their lives, like they have no choice. And I just think that's one of the craziest, scariest things about this. But I mean, that's basically what I wanted to say last night. It's a scary thought to work at a job for years and years and years and hate your job, and it's like now you have an opportunity to choose a new job or a career or focus on your family, because it's a lot of people out there that don't even know their families, don't even know their kids, and now they're forced to like be parents or forced to be teachers or forced to be whatever. And I feel like that's the one good thing that's coming from this situation. There's like 95% bad things that are coming from this, but there's like a 5% chance that this will, help a lot of people and a lot of families. But other than that, when it comes to this, man, it's just crazy. And it's people are, and like I told you before, I don't think that a government is getting the response from people that they wanted to. I think that, a lot of people thought that it would be a lot more arguments and controversy and, violence. But like, I just truly think that they're just not getting the response that they want. Like, people are actually being patient and coming together. And it's crazy. It's crazy how you see how a world is, because I mean, even I thought that the world would just go crazy, like very like weeks ago. I thought people would riot and do something dumb, but I just been sitting here waiting. But I guess that's just how Americans are. But I mean, that's pretty much what I have to say. I mean, keeping an eye on your how you feel about it.
Well, actually, I mean, you brought on some points that I actually more want to touch on with what you were saying. First thing you were saying, if you want to go more into it, you're talking about how you don't know. I guess you're saying like you don't know if this is real or not. Like, can you kind of expand on that? Because I'm trying to
Oh,
get that.
well, I mean, I go to work every day. I've been going out every day since this has been happening, and it's like I see people, you know, 2 or 3 weeks ago with masks and stuff, and gloves, but now I'm starting to see a change. It's like people aren't wearing as many masks, people aren't wearing as many gloves, and people are still going out. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not affecting certain type of people, but it's like, just like with anything, it's like you kind of have to keep living your life and oh, no matter what. I'm not saying that it's not real, and like I said, I'm not saying that it's not affecting people, but to shut down everything for months and months and months. Like, yes, people are dying, people are getting sick, this and that, but I just feel like it's not at a rate where it's affecting just every average everyday person. Yes, it's affecting people, but you can see a lot of people are recovering as well, and they also have this vaccine that's helping a lot of people at the end of the day. So I mean, it's just like anything. They just don't know how to properly distribute this vaccine. It's like, do you make people pay for it? Do you just give it to people? Because we're gonna have lines around the door. I mean, and like, yes, it's not a guarantee that this vaccine is not a cure, It's just a temporary fix that they're testing on people. Yes, it's working for some people. I forget not the name of it, but it's working for some people, and it's and some people it's not working. So but like I feel like yes, this shutdown is for them to to figure out to figure out everything and to get people off the street and stop coming to the hospital so they can work and figure out things. Now, when the 17th comes, it's like, and they determine on what they're going to do for next month. I think, yeah, we're not going to get any hardcore answers until then. But you know, we can only do so much when it comes to talking about this and having our opinions. And we just got to sit here and wait. But as as it is with everybody, and I know everybody feels the same way. This waiting is killing everybody. It's torturing everybody, and then this package is supposed to happen at the same time when they're supposed to reevaluate everything. It's crazy.
So then, what do you think should happen then?
I mean, I'm probably the wrong person to ask about that because I feel like, I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm a cynical, but it's like I feel like people are doomed no matter what. I mean, I like I told you like almost 2 or 3 years ago, something bad is going to happen where people have to rethink their lives and change everything. Like, I told you that something bad was going to happen where people are going to be in terror and this and that. So it's like, this isn't shocking me, but it is shocking me because people are so calm, but it's like people can only be calm for so long. So it's like, I feel like that, yes, if more people die, especially in America, like if when more people die, like Italy has their deaths, because their deaths topped out, I think, at 5,200 or something like that. Or not, or I'm sorry, not 5,200, 500 or something like that, which is a lot of people. That's a lot of people. That's a significant amount of people for a country. Like, that's insane. So it's like if our deaths top out at those numbers, or like over those numbers, then yeah, yeah, martial law is going to have to happen. It like you have no choice. Like you're gonna have to shut down. But like the scary part is just like Italy. It's like they're arresting people on the streets. It's like you can't leave at all. Like you can't go out. You can't do anything. Like nobody can can work. Like at the grocery stores. Ain't no Amazon packaging now. Like yes, if that happens, people will start to go crazy because they're gonna panic. Like at least people can still leave their houses. But the only thing I like about America is just that okay, you're telling working people that they can't leave this house and they have to stay home. And what irritates me the most is because we have it really bad out here. I mean, I'm not going to say as bad as LA or in California, but in Vegas, we have tens and thousands of recorded homeless people just walking around just in Vegas. I'm not talking about a, a state, just in Vegas. We have over 10,000 homeless people, and Vegas isn't even that big, you know, that are recorded. Now, what's irritating me about this homeless epidemic, which ties into everything else, it's like, okay, you are letting these people just walk up and down the street and take the bus, and it's like they're going to be patient zero at the end of the day. And like, I'm not saying that they're going to purposely get people sick, but it's like you guys need to do something about these people. It's like because you can't tell hard, you, you can't tell hard working Americans to stay home, and you guys can't work and shop, and homeless people can still walk up and down the streets. People are going to start to get pissed off to the point of where okay, this isn't fair, I'm gonna start to take action, just like we were talking about the other day about people buying guns and stuff. It's gonna people, and because out here it was a guy, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, who was killing homeless people, and because I mean, just because he didn't really have a reason, he just felt like they didn't contribute anything to the a way of life. And it's like, I mean, I hate to say it, but I agree with that. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm gonna go out there and slaughter homeless people at, at the end of the day, but it's like I do feel like people do enable homeless people to be homeless. And right now it's like homeless people are dirty and they sleep in their own filth. It's like you shouldn't, treat that as a good thing. It's like, there are homeless shelters. Like I watch on TV. It's a task force that's dedicated of police officers to basically help homeless people get to shelters, but it's like they don't want to take the help, and it's terrible. So it's like, yes, for a person like me who has to go out every day and still work, yeah, I'm terrified. But it's like I can't stop working, and so I mean, so what you're saying, what they should do, or I'm sorry, to answer your question on what they should do, yes, on the 17th, if more deaths happen, like let's just say 10 to 20 more deaths happens, shut it down. But the only thing I'm gonna say is, at the end of the day, you guys should make it for everybody. And like I said, they're letting prisoners out of jail with minor um, felonies and stuff, or not felonies, but minor crimes and stuff. But that's stupid because you let these people out of jail and they can't get jobs. Like, so what are they gonna do? Start to rob and hurt people? Like I said, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just like I just feel like this is not really a, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the best way to put it. I feel like it's a test to see, okay, what if we do this and we do this? I'm not saying that the virus isn't real, but like I said, yes, I do feel like the government is monitoring everything we do and everything we look at, obviously, even if it wasn't happening. But it's like, I feel like this is a pretest for something to come that's going to be worse. And they just want to see how Americans react. I mean, I feel like on the 17th, I kind of feel like if they don't get the reaction that they want to get from the stimulus package, from this, from this vaccine, I feel like, yeah, it's going to be a magical thing where things are going to start to get better. That's how I feel. I feel like they're just waiting for a reaction. And I feel like on the 17th, and if the reaction isn't as dramatic as they want it to be, then like, yeah, I feel like they'll open back up jobs. And because they'll start to talk about a cure and this and that and blah blah blah. But like, that's how I feel at the end of the day. I just feel like it's only how people react. I feel like they're going based off how people react. I don't think they care about how many people die or how many people this or that. It's just about how basically everybody acts, how everybody reacts to it. It's like there's people on the line that and then Andy told me that it's people online who are complaining about being home with their kids. It's like if you get enough people complaining, it's like they have to change. It's just crazy. Like I just don't feel like at the end of the day, I just don't feel like at the end of the day that and that they're just going based off how many people are dying and how many people are are not dying. I just feel like they're going based off people's reaction. It's like, yeah, Italy is doing what they're doing because of how many people are catching it and dying. But it's like Italy in the last 2 years has already had a crazy with the heat wave out there and all the stuff that's been happening out there. Everything has been hitting them hard in the last 2 years. So, they have to take action. But I mean, that's how I feel though.
So there's a couple of things I want to say. I think it might be important that people kind of know where you're coming from and like your background because I mean you said a lot, but I definitely feel like I mean nobody knows where you're coming from. So I'll just ask real quick, man. So how you doing in this? I should have asked this earlier, but how are you doing right now? And you know how you handling this and you know and what's been going on with you through this process.
Um, so what do you want to know? Like, how am I handling all this?
Yep, and how you're doing,
Basically.
and what
Oh,
and what and what you're dealing with, like some of the issues that you're
I
dealing with.
mean, well, obviously you're in California and I'm in Nevada, so we're dealing with things two different ways. It's like, but how I'm personally handling it up until about 3 days ago, yeah, I was in fear and panic and this and that, but for the last 3 days, I mean, I've kind of went back to normal. It's like I can't, I've never been the person to, panic and this and that. But how I'm dealing with it is like, yeah, we still go shopping. When we have to, we stay indoors. I go to work. She, um, my girlfriend, I get hurting her more because she's out of work. So, but her job is handling however it's handling. But I mean, kids are okay. I mean, it's still like things are starting to get back to normal for the last 3 days. Like that's how I feel. I mean, that's how I've been handling it. But I mean, I can't speak for anybody else. I, I mean,
Well,
it's just
yeah, I'm
not as
not, I'm
scary
not,
as.
I'm not really asking you to speak for anybody else. I'm just asking for about your situation, kind of your background. So, I mean, you know, just so people might have a better idea of how you come to these conclusions. Because I mean, I think it's very important that people kind of know, you know, what side you're coming from. You know, because if people kind of know about you, know where you're coming from, maybe people may better understand why you come to these conclusions. You know.
Oh well, I mean, I come to these conclusions because I'm a realist at the end of the day. It's like that's the end all be all from everything. It's like I'm not the type of person to look at things from just my point of view at the end of the day. It's like at the end of the day, I can see things from both points of view. I get why people need to be monitored. I get why, like, because I obviously have nothing to hide on any of my computers or laptops or anything. Like, yes, people want so much privacy at the end of the day, but like, I feel like, it doesn't matter how many passwords you have. It doesn't matter how much stuff you lock down. It doesn't matter. It's like people can still hack your stuff, but what what I'm trying to say when it comes to that, it's like, and there's two sides to every story, and it's like people spend so much time thinking about just their side and not understanding why the government or whatever is doing certain things. But I feel like everything, certain things is needed. But I mean, I don't know what you mean about having a background at the end of the day. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, I don't really have enough time to. I really don't have enough time to explain my background to.
So. Okay, my fault. Let me. I guess I'll explain that a little bit better. So, what I mean by background is, it's not necessarily like your life story. It's not what I'm asking. It's just more of like I was just telling you before. You know, what you're doing, how you're dealing with it. You know, kind of like how your lifestyle's going in the moment. You know, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like more, just
Mhm.
wanting to know your background. Like I was saying, how it's affecting you, the things that you're dealing with, how life has changed for you. You know, that kind of stuff. You know.
Oh no, it's just how, like, obviously life has changed. It's like, yeah, you don't want to go go around anybody who's sneezing or coughing. I mean, that's probably the hardest part about it is just being around people. But I mean, if anybody holds me, it's like I'm not really a like I stay away from people in general. Like I like staying home. Like I like this. Like even though I still have to work, I would love to still get paid and just stay home and not do nothing. Like that's like my dream. I've been like I don't have a lot of friends anyway, especially out here because I don't trust people. So it's like this just gives an excuse to really not go near people. But but it's like at the end of the day, like grocery shopping is hard because everybody's like staring at people like all you're doing is staring at each other. And, it's just the way you interact with people now is just weird as hell. It's just crazy. I feel like that's the hardest part. It's like you really don't want to be near anybody. And it's like, but you still have those certain people that still want to come up to you and talk to you and get close to you. And it's like, in my mind, I just like, okay, if you don't step back, like I'm gonna hit you in the face, like. But you have to think like, okay, no, there's still laws and you can't just hit this person and everybody will understand or maybe they will understand. You never know. You never know. But like I will say that that's the hardest part about life. It's like interacting with people, and it's like like not getting close to people. And you used to give handshakes to certain people or dap to certain people, and it's like you and you have to remember that you can't do that. And it's like now, like I said, like everybody's on the phones and talking, and it's like this is how we have to conversate now for social distancing, which it's just hilarious because people complained about, oh, like now that people can't go outside and they're mad, but it's like I'm seeing kids at the a basketball court until like 2 in the morning at my job now, just playing basketball. I'm just like, you're just like I've been working here since September and I've never seen anybody use these basketball courts, and kids are now playing in basketball courts. It's like really, it's like now people want to go outside and take walks and do all these things, but it's like before you couldn't get people out of their houses. Like people are crazy to me. It's like before people wanted to stay home, and the only basketball that people would play is on 2K or Grand Theft Auto. And but now people just have to go outside and have to interact in person. It's just like when you take away a right that somebody has, it's like they're just crazy. Like they'll just be like, oh no, now I have to do this. I have to sneak outside. I have to go see my girlfriend. I have to go see my friend I haven't seen in 10 years. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question because I mean I also want to maybe hear from this angle since between the two of us, there's only one of us that's a parent.
Hmm.
As a parent, how do you feel about it? Like does it worry you? Cause I know, like you said, we have talked about this before off of here, and you were telling me about some of the things you were dealing with, some of your worries as a parent. So let me ask you now, especially now, because it does sound like you had to change your heart on a couple of things.
Oh,
How do you feel as a parent?
well, I mean, I would say hands down, my kids are what I choose to come first. So I feel like, yeah, even though they say that they want to open up the schools on the 16th, I mean, I guarantee you that these kids will be there on the 16th because that's where I don't play. Like, I mean, I don't want them to get sick because, like, we are unfortunate to not have, you know, we can't just go to the doctor all the time and stuff like that and shit like that. We work and, we, do things. stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, I feel like everybody should put their kids first. I mean, it's not hard to be a parent at the end of the day. It's like, people like that's the only thing I don't change my views on. It's like, yeah, you shouldn't put your kids in harm's way. It's like you as an adult, you have the comprehension to like not put your hands in your mouth or touch your face or and that kids don't. Kids don't. And like I said, it's so many parents out there that are like, oh well, I can't feed these kids. Okay, but it was your choice to have 6 or 7 kids. Did nobody tell you to, have 6 or 7 kids? Did nobody tell you to be a single mom with 2 kids? It's like, that was your choice. I mean, I'm not saying that you chose to, choose a significant other that I mean, is terrible, but like I said, that's what happened. That's the, you know, hand. That's the hand that you were dealt, and you got to live with that. But I know it's not easy being a parent, but it's not that hard either, especially when you have two people who are on the same page. But like I said, when it comes to my views about the kids, keep your kids at home, you know, because it's not worth your kid getting sick, and because you have your kid go to school. Like my daughter's hilarious. Like she hasn't left the house, I don't think, since this is going on. Like she she ain't playing. Like my son is a little bit more like free spirited, but no, my daughter's like, nah, bro. Like she's like, no, no, no. She's probably taking this more serious than us, so it's pretty funny. But I mean, we tell our kids about everything that's happening. They sit here and watch the news just like we do, and they take it how they take it at the end of the day. So I mean, I feel like it's a lot of parents out there who aren't talking to their kids and stuff, and explaining explaining to them the realness of this. And I feel like that's the biggest problem. It's like, and schools are saying that, oh yeah, we want, these kids to be back in school, but okay, you guys are glorified babysitters at the end of the day. It's like, you know, these schools are, I don't know, it's really crazy.
Yeah. Well, do you know anything about the stimulus package that was just approved? The stimulus bill.
I mean, I know as much as everybody else. Like I said, obviously it's going to happen. I mean, within the next 3 weeks, do I think it's going to solve? Do I do I think it's going to solve anything? No, because people are going to make stupid decisions and buy dumb things. It's not like they're going to actually use it on what they need it to. I mean, I feel like yes, this is going to be another thing that's going to be monitored to see what people buy and shop for. Like people are still going to buy nonsense. It's like you can't give people 12, 12 to 1,700 and expect people to be like, okay, let's save this for just in case something really happens. It's like 90% of Americans are gonna go straight to eBay or straight to Amazon and buy nonsense. I can say that they stopped the hoarding out here, so that's like I do enjoy that. Like it took them long enough, but everybody gets like 2 eggs and 2 rolls of tissue and stuff like that. So they stopped the hoarding, which is great, but it's like people are still kind of find a way to, I mean, cheat the system at the end of the day.
All right, but I guess let me ask it in this way: do you think it's gonna help? How do you think it's gonna help you out?
Yeah. I mean, I do think it's going to help, us, you know, just in case they shut everything down or martial law, because it's like I really don't have anything to buy. It's like, yeah, we're gonna buy like tissue, food, and stuff, but I'm not gonna be dumb and buy, dumb things that I don't need. Like, us as a household, yeah, I feel like yes, it'll help us because we have sat here and talked about it, and like we're both on the same page. Like, yeah, any cash we have, yeah, yeah. It's like we save. It's like we're not eating out anymore, and we're actually cooking food. I'm, I mean, it's hard, but that's what we're doing now. So, I mean, yeah, I feel like us, yes, it'll help us. I can't speak for nobody else, but I know that other people are going to just, and just literally piss it all away. I know they are.
So one of the things that you said was, so do you think that this is a government test, or like what do you think is happening? I think you touched on it. I think you did say it, but I just want to.
I don't feel like it's a government test. I feel like, yes, they are testing us to see how we would react. I feel like, yeah, at the end of the day, this, this is something that is happening. I'm not saying that it's not happening. I just feel like, yeah, I just feel like it's a precog to something that's going to be bigger. But I mean, I also feel like, yeah, it's all about the reaction. I feel like I said, the government isn't getting the reaction that they want out of this. So, and like, I do feel like that plays a big part in what's happening right now. It's like if the government it was getting the reactions that they wanted, and then I feel like, you know, they could determine. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that our government is like, oh yeah, I want people to kill people and this and that. But like, obviously, to do a test, it's just like on a video game. It's like you got to test each level to see, okay, on easy, normal, and hard. So it's like, okay, I need to see, okay, how quick am I going to die? But nobody's doing anything. The people are coming together. Because yes, I am a strong believer that like, this country isn't built off of peace. And I mean, I hate to say it like that, but we're not a peaceful country, but I just feel like the world isn't peaceful at the end of the day. But I mean, I feel like yes, this stimulus package is good, but it's like now you got people like panicking, kinda waiting on it, stuff like that. You know, if it doesn't come as fast as they wanted to, it's like yeah, like Dave Chappelle said, like people have got to be running out of cash. Like literally, people are conning things and selling things and stuff like that. And, people have to be, running out of cash and, hurting right now. So I feel like in 3 weeks, it's like, I don't feel like it's going to get any better at the end of the day.
Yeah. So how long do you think this may last for?
Well, like I said, I do, I do feel like at the end of the day, like I said, if more, like I just feel like it depends on the deaths. Like, I mean, I really do. I really feel like it depends on how many deaths are going to keep happening. And if more people die, the longer they have to extend this quarantine. It's just how things have to happen.
So do you think the quarantine should end?
Do I think it should end? I mean, like, like I said, if more people die, then no. But it's like, yes, if this vaccine helps people, then and then you should distribute it to as many people as possible, see if it helps at all, and then yeah, I mean it should end, but it's like only if the vaccine works. I mean, That's the only thing I'm saying. Like I said, I'm not saying that they should end it, but yeah, you know, people are gonna start to, like I said, $1,200 is not a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's you know, it's not a lot of cash. So I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, I mean, if you're smart about how you spend the money, then yeah, it is. But Americans are stupid. I mean, I mean, there's not any nice way to put it. Like, you know, people are stupid. People are just stupid. They're not going to, like I said, save it, and it just sucks. It really sucks. It's like, okay, you can take like $200 and like splurge a little bit if you want. Like, you know, nobody's saying that you can't do that, but you know, you just go out and spend a bunch of money on crap that you really don't need right now. It's like, okay, is um after everything is, you know, said and done, you know, you can don't spend cash. You know, if the quarantine is lifted, then yeah, because like I said, if Amazon, let's just say that Amazon still, you know, if it's quarantine, Amazon is still willing to, to deliver stuff to people. And it's like, okay, we're gonna need that extra cash for, you know, to get stuff sent to us because we can't leave the house. And it's like, you know, especially if we get to a point where we literally can't leave, it's like, man, that's some scary stuff, man. That's terrifying. At the end of the day, I wouldn't know what to do if somebody told me that, okay, you just can't leave the house at all. Like, there's no leaving the house. Like, for no reason, you literally have no reason to leave. And it's like, if I do catch you outside, it's like, you know, you're gonna get thrown in jail, or you're gonna, you know, this or this happen. It's like, oh, okay, wait, what? Like, at least you can still take walks. It's like, what if somebody said that you can't even go outside to get fresh air and for weeks? Like, that's crazy.
Again, I grew up in a place where it's like I had to create my own fun. So for me, it's not that difficult,
Mhm.
you know. I'll just be real. I mean, as long as I got my phone, we got the internet, we got TV, we got movies. I'm pretty much solid. You know, whether it be in a single apartment or in a house doesn't matter. As long as I got something to keep my mind off of stuff, I'm pretty much good.
Mhm.
Mm.
Oh no, man. I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, I grew up with a lot of people in my house, so it obviously it's the opposite. But man, anytime I got time to myself, man, I love it. You know, and you know, I could sit in this house and sit, sit in, sit in one area for hours. You know, just it just chill. People, people who have like OCD and stuff, you know, are probably feeling the effects of this, of washing hands, and, you know, all that stuff. But I feel like as long as we stay peaceful and stuff, and you know, we just stay away from each other as much as possible. It's like, you know, especially for, you know, people of the, you know, well, not really elderly, but people in like their 40s and their 50s and stuff. Yeah, like, you know, my aunt just turned 60 years old, and 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 you know, she like her daughter, my cousin, she just was in New York City and Atlanta and stuff, and it's like, you know, they all live in a house together, and you know, my other aunt who has like, what is it, type 2 or 3 diabetes. It's like, you know, my cousin is sick right now, and like her daughter is sick, and it's like, you know, we don't know if it's, you know, obviously corona, but it's like, why would you even take that chance? It's like when you have an elderly mom and an elderly aunt in your house, and like, you know, I think about people who, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that she didn't think about it, or they probably didn't take it as serious because, like I tell everybody, it wasn't until the All Star game, or sorry, not the All Star game, but the NBA shut that down. That's when I took it serious. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh no, I didn't take it serious, none of that. Like, yeah, no, it wasn't until the All Star game. I'm sorry, I keep saying All Star game, and the NBA got shut down. I was like, man, this is something to look out for now. Like, this is crazy. This is actually happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the NBA shutdown opened up a lot of eyes that weren't really paying attention to this. And I can agree with that.
And it's like I just feel like, this is a good time to see who's willing to help each other. And like I said, it's a lot of people helping and doing good work, but I just feel like, yeah, a lot of these people, like, even though they're trying to help and pick up trash and stuff like that, it's like you guys could just stay home. It's like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't help or you shouldn't, do your part and this and that, like how the people in New York are getting groceries for like elderly people and stuff like that. Like, that's all cool and dandy, but it's like, I mean, they have services for that. It's like, why taking 90 more people who are trying to help and, taking the chance of affecting you people just, just, trying to help the elderly. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but that's how I feel. I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't help, but I just feel like you're kind of making the situation or taking the chance to make the situation worse. I just feel like that's just not worth it.
But anyways, man, we're going on past 45 minutes, so I'm gonna. Is there anything else you want to bring up before I pretty much end this? I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean, this is pretty been a small little a small rant. So
Yeah, it sounded like you had to get it out, man.
all
So, man. So, I mean, yeah, man. As long as you're cool with everything, man, I'm gonna put all this out.
right, yeah, no, it's good, man.
All right, man. So, all right, man. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. I just wanted to, again, man. Thank you for coming on, man, talking with me. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, man, no problem. Thanks for letting me voice my opinion.
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, man, that's what I'm basically using this platform for because and I'll just let you know is that I actually got this idea from looking at one of my other friends going through it. Actually, some of my friends going through it, having hard times, just need something to do, and so I decided just to open up my platform just to let them get it out.
Yeah,
So I mean, and that's one thing I also want to say. I want to just reiterate to everybody that at the end of the day, man, this is just an opinion piece and a discussion. Well, this was more of an opinion piece than a discussion this time. But yeah. So all I want to tell people is just make sure you do your research on this. Stay informed. Make sure you know what you're doing. Because I mean, things change so fast and things change. Literally by the hour. So the best thing you could do is at least keep yourself informed. Do your research and again, this is a discussion opinion piece. This is not we're not journalists, so we could be right, we
yeah.
could be wrong, but all I want to put out there is just stay informed, like big time. So, anything else you want to add to that?
No, no, just nope. Just like you said. I mean, it's all an opinion. That's all it is. That's all it ever is. It's not like we're saying anybody has to believe in anything of what we're saying. And I know a lot of people will disagree, and I welcome everybody who disagrees to, say what they have to say. I'm always curious to hear like intellectual conversations because you don't get a lot of that in these hard times and trying times. So if you
Yeah,
have an opinion, say it.
yeah, and if you have facts, make sure to leave a link with it too. Don't just say something that's fact and don't have no proof. Again, it's cool to have your own opinion, but if you're gonna say it's facts, I mean, I know we say a lot of things on here because again, like I said, this is the opinion piece. But if you have some things that we need to know and you have factual proof of it, make sure to link that so we're all better informed.
Yep.
But
No disagreement there.
exactly. All right, so I'm gonna let you go, man. But yeah, man, I'll definitely get back. I'll get back with you a little later, man.
All right.
All right, man. You have a good one.
You too.
All right, gone. So that's another one in the book. Once again, I did not expect it to go this way. I expected to have more of a conversation, but as usual, but it's fine. I mean, I got some good stuff, and yeah, like I said at the end of this, just keep yourselves informed. That's all we can say. That's all we can ask. So again, that's another one off the books. Um, thanks for listening to this. Thanks for checking this out. And I don't know who's gonna hear this, but just in case you do, I'm gonna leave a question with you of what do you feel people should do to keep themselves safe? But anyways, I just want to thank you again for checking this out. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week.